I know when I was 22, it wasn't what Amanda Gorman did today.
Me neither. I think she truly is a star. This young lady, I think she absolutely did steal the show. I think it put a lump into the throats of everyone who heard her. But, you know, guys, I will say that today I feel like we've gone through almost a full character arc of the American story. I mean, we've gone from indecency to decency. You know, Joe Biden is a decent man. Donald Trump and Joe Biden are of similar age. They are of the same generation. They are demographically very similar in some ways, even though they didn't. One was born with a lot of money and one was not. But they are two very, very different men and very, very different versions of the American story. And that is the character arc. I mean, we've gone from what can only be called idolatry and false religion, almost Baalism under Trump, this worship of greed and this lust for conquest, one American over another, to really what the religion, the true religion is supposed to be, at least when I grew up in church. And we heard that in those last two statements, this idea that, you know, whether or not you think it's realistic, we try to love our fellow man. We try to be brothers and sisters. We try to care about the poor, the immigrant. We try to care about those in need. That's the creed. That is the Christian creed. It's what it was supposed to be before it was about stealing the children of migrants. You know, and then we've gone from sort of Ivanka Trump and the other Trump kids sort of acting as if they are a royal family to Amanda Gorman in her braids and her brown skin and standing up there in her 22-year-old black girl's body representing America, because there is an old America and there is a new America, and the new America and the old America essentially went to war in 2020, physically in this same Capitol, and New America won because New America got 80 million votes and Old America got 72 million votes. And we're still basically at war. And you have a new president now who wants to declare a peace. It is really incredibly fascinating to me how history moves, because we do have sort of another person trying to do what Lincoln did, trying it again. And we're going to take a second shot at trying to end this civil war, you know, between an America that feels that some people are captors and some are captives, and an America that, you know, Grant believed in, you know, and that the radical Republicans believed in Lincoln's time. Like, we have to try to do this again. God bless Joe Biden. You know, this is a truly deeply religious man, obviously, a man with incredible compassion, and he's got a great partner in Kamala Harris, you know, who's a stepmom, you know, and a sort of accessible kind of human being that you can recognize. This is New America. And I hope New America wins the war.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.